Hello everybody, this is Pertti. Today I'm going to show some new features in the tool that should make working with very large projects easier. So the task is to create a new code that creates some APIs, reads something from database. So I gave 4 things to do. Now we're going to use the existing project, which is this project. I'm basically using tool to develop the tool itself. And we're going to create a context, which means we're going to tell the system to find all the relevant code that we need to modify in this project to do the task. So we got the result. So we have now a number of functions. So we want to know what files and where in those files we need to add the new code or edit the existing code. So we generate the code. Okay, so we got the code. Make it a little bit bigger. We wrap the text. So we got the function. And we got the information where to edit that. So we basically, the system tells edit to views.py after line 5742. So it is in document view set. So we know the function. So we can now go and just go directly to the file. And 5742. So we're going to review what it wants us to do. Okay, it wants us to add this new code here in the previous class. It's going to make sense. We can of course just go and copy this file or use merge tool. Copying is easy. Now we have added this thing. The next step is it wants us to edit URLs because it wants us add the API definition, and that is going to be on line 157. So we can easiest way is just go and find this thing here. Actually go to search code. I can go and open the file, of course, but it's easier to just go here and open the file. And it wants us to go to line 157. Okay. So it wants us to add this at the end of the file, which makes perfect sense. So let's do it. Add the comma here. And we're done. So it gives us summary here. So what we did, we created API endpoint and a code that gets a list of objects in document database. Now, what is the difference between this and just going to ChatGPT and ask it to do this? Well, the difference is that this tool now knows the complete project. So all these hundreds or thousands of files that we have here, it knows where to find things, where things are, where's the code, and it can tell, go and edit. Now something else interesting, because we are running this in a local GPU, we can run this in a basically gaming GPU. Not one, it takes actually a couple of gaming GPUs. But if we select the whole file, we can see that it's actually over the context limit of our GPU. So if I select all the text in this file, it's 175% of the context limit because we don't have enough memory in the GPU. We actually don't need massive amount of memory. Because what this tool does, it focuses, it finds the code that is important and it can make the GPU to focus on those pieces of code. So there's no sense to have the GPU to try to digest the whole complete project. The next question is, so now that we have updated project, how does the AI system know that there's new code? Because when we go and ask the next time to do something, now all the models are old. If you go and train a GPU model to do something, the moment you update some class definition, it's old. So we go here to views and we say process AI. And that's it. Literally in seconds, depending on performance, size of a file. But now we basically go and have the system to go and read the file and update all the models, because the models are in database. The next step is I'm going to show how all this works using Visual Studio plugin. I started Visual Studio Code and then Equanimity coding plugin. This plugin integrates Visual Studio Code and Equanimity APIs. This plugin works in Windows and Linux. So the first thing I will be doing is starting generate code with context. I am not showing the simple cases of creating code snippets. There are a lot of tools that can do that. And for the instruction, I give the same thing as I showed earlier. I select the project and generate context. Okay, we got the solution. Now what's interesting is it found that we already have the funky get dogs solution. So it knows that we already have it. Now I'm generating code. So I used the GUI-based system to first demonstrate that capability to create that API, and now we connect to the same solution with the Visual Studio plugin. This can be used at the same time. So after a short moment we should get instructions on how to modify the code to we didn't save everything when we did the first time the experiment. We just saved one file, this one function. So we got the result. The first thing it says, modify the code. Already done, but let's ensure it's correct. Well, we already did this, so there's not much to do there. And then I think the more important thing is we need to modify the API that we didn't update in the code. So this was the second one, which is the adding the path to the URL patterns. So how to update the AI model? Because this is based on vector database technology, we don't really need to retrain the LLM. And if you are using this solution with the gaming cards, you're not going to have memory to update LLM, and it's going to take a lot of time. Plus, if you update it, then it will be trained for one project, and if you're going to use another project, now the LLM will leak information between the projects, and you really don't know what code it's going to produce. So what we do is we update the vector database. It's very simple. Just click the file and then I say process AI. Thank you for watching. I hope this was interesting. If you have any questions, feel free to contact.